Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing in the Natasha Denona Mini Lila palette. This is a mini companion palette to the original full-size Lila. Now other than the tiny size, a big difference is this is over $100 less. It's $25, whereas the full size is $129. In here you're getting 3 different mattes, a duochrome and a metallic. And for the shades we have Flint, Linen, Raisin, Blue Dahlia, and Poison Berry. Before I get into the comparisons and my thoughts on the palette, I'm going to show you guys this tutorial, and I used every single one of the shades in here so you guys could see how they performed. Zoeva 227, I'm starting off with Flint on the outer corner. I'm going to start working the shade upwards. I'm going to bring it into the crease to use it as my transition shade. MAC 221, I'm taking that same shade and running it right along the lower lash line. Back in with the Zoeva 227 and Poison Berry. Again, I'm starting on the outer V here, and then I'm going to work it into the crease. I'm slowly going to work on blending that upward. I'm taking that same shade on a MAC 221. I'm applying it in the outer V and then also back into the crease. I just want to get a little bit more defined with this shade. Again, I'm taking that shade right underneath the lower lash line, MAC 221. Same brush and this shade Raisin. I'm applying this just on the outer V. MAC 221 and Blue Dahlia. This is dry. I'm going to concentrate it and just start to work it onto the lid. I'm grabbing pigment as I go and just pressing it on. Stellium 763, and I'm using that shade Wet because I want it to be easier to apply it to the lower lash line. I'm just pressing this right up against the lower lash line. Just kind of connecting the lower lash line with this top blue right here. No additional product, that MAC 221 right around the edges. Now I'm taking another MAC 221 in the shade Linen. I'm going to get this on the inner corner, and then I'm going to tap it right over the front of the lid and lower lash line. To finish off the eye look, all I did was add on NARS Via Veneto to the inner rim, top and bottom. Kiss Ritzy lashes, of course, and then I used my highlighter just at the brow arch. I was really hesitant to pick this palette up because when the Mini Sunset came out and I reviewed it, I tried it, I didn't feel like that was Natasha Denona's quality. I was very disappointed in it and I returned it. But I went ahead, bit the bullet, and grabbed this one anyway and gave it another shot, and I'm very glad that I did because I am here to say this one's definitely much better than that Sunset palette. As you can see, the mattes worked really nicely. They blended easily. They were pigmented. I had minimal fallout with those. And the only thing I can say is that when I used these 2 shades, I put this one in the crease and then added this one. It did muddy up just a little bit, but you can kind of remedy that by not using the same brush. If I had initially gone in with this shade with a clean brush, it definitely would have helped that out. But it wasn't very bad. I really thought when I did the swatches on this palette, I was concerned about Blue Dahlia because it felt a little stiffer. My favorite shades are the shimmer shades from Natasha Denona, and they're traditionally not the Tropic palette, but traditionally softer. They're creamy and they just like melt into the skin. They're amazing. So when I felt this one, I thought, okay, well, it's going to end up being just like the Mini Sunset. I keep wanting to say Lila. And I'm very happy to say that it applied to the lids so much better. I used this dry. If you used it wet, it would be even more intense. I did get a little bit of fallout with this shade, but again, not bad. It just swiped right away. Now, I also was concerned about this getting hard pan, and it didn't. I kept picking up color and packing it onto the lid, and I had no issues. I do have a little bit of something here right now that's not hard pan though. That's where I used it wet right at the lower lash line. And this one right here, creamy, it's fine. Overall, I think this palette performed really well. I like the colors in here. I think it's beautiful. It's not the same as the larger palettes, at least the shimmers. The mattes are completely fine, but it's not the same, but I'm going to accept this because it's such a big improvement from the Sunset that I'm happy with it. So this one will stay in my collection. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the comparisons. Obviously, I have to compare it to the full-size original Lila. So there they are side by side. These two shades right here are similar, but this one's a matte and that one's a shimmer. And then down here, you can see that this one's more blue and that one is more purple. I also wanted to compare this to the La Vie en Rose from Pat McGrath. And then obviously the purple blue 28 pan had to be compared to it as well. So if you're considering picking up this palette, I think you should go ahead. It's a really pretty palette. You are paying quite a bit more money per gram in here, but you're not putting up the cost up front. So that's just my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you did by giving a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.